Hi. I've been in enough colleges to know that when a new leader comes into the organization, there's a lot of hope, but also a lot of anxiety around how that person will interact with you, how that person will make decisions, and how that person will influence the work culture. As of this moment, I've been on the job for 30 days, so it's probably time for me to share with you, my Saints family, my personal values and decision-making principles so you can get to know me better and hopefully relieve some of that anxiety that you might be feeling. I know many of you are aware of significant challenges we are facing here at Shawnee. Specifically, we have major enrollment and financial challenges. The community is struggling with poverty and a lack of economic mobility. Plus, what I'm hearing from many of the employees so far, and I think most of us would agree, our work culture needs some attention as well. Related to our culture, many have heard me say over the last month that I see each of you, the college's employees, as critical partners. We are a family. Together, we have a shared responsibility to our community to collaboratively develop solutions that can help us solve these challenges. As with any team or partnership, each of us have a vital role in ensuring our future success. As we work together to successfully deal with these challenges, it is likely that hard decisions will have to be made. To that end, I'm hopeful that as employees of this institution, we use these principles to confront and overcome these challenges so that our students and community can flourish. I want to encourage you to watch this video at a time when you're able to fully engage with these 6 fundamental principles that I'm going to share with you. As you listen, I think you'll find they are not new. In fact, a long time ago, I read them from somewhere, which I cannot recall at this moment, but they resonated with me, and I'm sure they'll resonate with you as well. I would even suggest that we already share these principles, and as such, I am confident when we put these principles into practice, we will not only resolve these challenges, but we will publicly demonstrate our commitment to student-centered and community-connected mantra is not just words, but our true passion for service to our community. The first principle is learning is our business. The framework for everything we do at SCC centers on learning. Our programs and partnerships must all connect back to the idea that learning is our business. In life, people connect to a group of like-minded individuals to accomplish a specific goal. Carpenters show up for work each day with their tools in hand, ready to work together to build a home. Attorneys show up to work each day and log onto their computers to begin to review case law so they can provide the best possible outcomes for their clients. Speaking of lawyers, and I digress, but that reminds me of a joke my oldest son told me some years ago. It was, what do dinosaurs and good lawyers have in common? That's right, they're both extinct. Anyway, professionals work to be the best in their field. You and I are in the business of learning. Our team includes our advisors, our administrative and clerical staff, the faculty, our board, and everyone else who is part of the Shawnee Community College team. We come to work every day focused on helping our students change their lives and strengthen our communities. However, for us to be successful and grow, learning must extend beyond our students. As employees, we must be continual learners. There are many learning opportunities available to help us improve the way we work, the efficiency of our delivery methods, and the effectiveness of how we work together. Learning ways to do our jobs better is essential. As we move forward, we must understand how we continually improve our processes to meet our student demands. Our team must learn to work together to improve student outcomes and enhance our ability to provide for our community's needs. Learning is our business means we must strive to improve our programs and services to meet academic, emotional, and physical needs of our students, local employers, and the community. Learning in our business means that our board is open to community input, that they learn about organizational needs so they can make informed decisions about the strategic direction and resources needed for the college to better serve its students and our community. Learning is our business means that our employees will put our students' needs first and that the college will ensure they have adequate training and resources available to meet those needs. Learning is our business means that our local community and business leaders can rely on us to provide programs and resources that adequately prepare our graduates and certificate holders with the skills needed to move the workforce forward successfully. Finally, learning is our business means our students can rely on us to provide a personalized learning experience. Today's students expect that our learning methods and programs offer a personalized approach to learning. We must ensure that we exceed the level of expectations our students place on us and instill a knowledge in each of them. We must work with our K-12 partners to close achievement gaps and determine how we can work with them to anticipate and exceed their needs and expectations. This brings me to the second principle. Students are our focus. As we learn and grow, every decision we make must begin with how this impacts our students. Everything we do must be done with the students in mind. Because students are our focus, our advising must be relevant to the selected path a student chooses. We must be student-centered so our students take only the credits they need to graduate so we can help them make their education more affordable and limit their student loan debt. We must ensure they can transfer seamlessly to our partner institutions. Because students are our focus, we want to build schedules that meet student demands. We want to employ multiple delivery strategies that allow for various hours of availability and are personalized to student needs so that our classes are more accessible. Many of our potential students are underemployed and will require courses offered at times that may increase demand on our team, but we will find ways to accommodate their needs. Because students are our focus, we are here for our students. Therefore, we must always consider how our decisions impact them. We must ask ourselves and our students, are we offering relevant and flexible options that provide the best outcomes for you? I intend to hold open forums, lunches, and meet and greets with our students to hear directly from them regarding their needs for educational delivery. And we will offer a feedback loop for them so that they can see that we are answering their demands. We may not always accommodate every need, but we can always maintain our communication lines regarding their requests. Because students are our focus, we must adapt to each generation's preferred method of learning to connect with them the available programs and services that we have. When we observe that our programs and services fall short of meeting the standard for a particular target group, we must be willing to tailor our program and services in ways that will help strengthen their connection to our institution. It is clear from the most recent census that the number of high school students in our area is shrinking, and the non-traditional students make up the bulk of our population. We must find ways to connect with each generation in our area who may be undereducated or underemployed. Because students are our focus, our goal must be to develop a skilled workforce ready to meet the business and industry demands in our geographic region. Our community is looking to us to provide programs that will help them grow and succeed. We must treat our neighbors, prospective students, as if they were our own family. With every opportunity, we must show them that we care about their needs and that we are glad that they are part of our Saints family. We must create an environment conducive to learning, and we must be willing to take them by the hand and lead them. We must decide together to look for ways to be more flexible and adaptable to our students' changing needs. The more flexible our programs can be, the more the students will be able to see that we are responsive to their needs and the needs of our community. The third principle is, employees are our most important resource. As an employee of Shawnee Community College, I want you to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that I took this position having already decided that I would be in your corner. I offer to you that I will be transparent in my decision-making and inclusive in my approach. Because employees are our most important resource, I will work with you and ensure the college provides an environment that allows people to succeed on every level. Clearly, our employees, students, and our community make up the Saints family. And as with any family, we must choose to embrace each other and offer one another support. We must work cohesively and be supportive in our endeavors. We cannot tear one another down and silo ourselves. Rather, we must support and encourage each other. Because employees are our most important resource, we must embrace one another to ensure that collectively we succeed in fulfilling our mission for the community. I will be your advocate. I will work to ensure that you have all the tools necessary to succeed, and I want you to work together for the good of the Saints family. We need one another to succeed. All of us bring a particular skill and ability to the table that collectively we create a winning combination through collaborative decision-making to better our institution. Our goal should be to work together to ensure that we all succeed in our career path and our shared goal of better meeting our student needs. We may not always come to consensus in our decision-making, but we will always value the input of our collective brain trust. I realize there are tools and training that may be required for you to fulfill your role here and be more successful. Because employees are our most important resource, I will work to ensure that we are making these resources available to help you succeed in meeting our students' needs. We must learn to work together to ensure we are fulfilling our mission and continuing the success of Shawnee Community College for future generations. Bringing me to the fourth principle, our community is our partner. Regardless of where we grew up, most of us have fond memories of growing up in a particular community. A community is where folks come together and engage with each other at local diners, at grocery stores, at churches, at local schools, athletic events, and in community centers. There, they share parts of their lives that enhance our social fabric. A community is a place where neighbors look out for each other and work towards a collective good. Because the community is our partner, we must have a collective sense that this is our community and we want to see its residents thrive. We must be a beacon of partnership that balances a sense of obligation to our residents and provides a stability to the local workforce. We must offer training that ensures that our business and industry can be confident in their workers' skills and abilities obtained while attending our programs and services. Because the community is our partner, we must strive to recognize that each community member's uniqueness, diversity, and worth in our district. As taxpayers, they are stakeholders in our college and are entitled to see what we provide is a good return on their investment in our college. Because the community is our partner, we have an additional obligation to our community to be good stewards and strive to demonstrate our commitment to the community is successful. Because the community is our partner, we must work to find opportunities for resource development and sharing. To that end, we will think outside the box to find cost-saving measures aimed at promoting economic growth for our businesses and communities. We will collaboratively work with K-12 institutions to seek out innovative solutions to problems of mutual concern. Because the community is our partner, we want to work with our legislators, community organizations, and our economic development leaders to develop a strategic and mutually beneficial partnerships which build our communities and provide our students and their families with additional job opportunities. Which leads us to principle number 5. Change defines our future. Our culture, strategy, people, and nearly every area of successful organization must adapt over time. Many factors will determine an organization's success, none of which is more important than the willingness to change to meet our community's needs. Success requires more than just surface change. Because change defines our future, we must be meaningful, transformative, and adapt to the needs of the community we serve. Because change defines our future, we must do some heavy lifting. As you're likely aware, success often requires rolling up our sleeves and giving additional effort to adapt to our methods for today's learners. Because change defines our future, it is imperative that we, the college's administration, faculty, staff, and our frontline partners, be on the same page. We must be transparent, understanding the why, what, and how of the change ahead. By working together, we can build organizational momentum in ways that ensure our organization grows and thrives. Because change defines our future, we must be innovative thinkers who look for new ways to enhance our service roles. In doing so, it is likely we will want to embrace and incorporate technologies that allow us to work more efficiently, streamlining our processes and help us do more for our students than we may have thought possible. Because change defines our future, we will research how we can utilize new programs and methods that will help us set ourselves apart from our competitors and more efficiently serve our students. Because change defines our future, we will learn from ours and others' success and failures by setting ourselves up for even more significant achievements in the future. Which leads us to the final principle. Ethical decisions guide our actions. Successful relationships are always built on trust. We have a fiduciary responsibility to our students, our community partners, and to each other to do what we say we're going to do. Because ethical decisions guide our actions, we must demonstrate that the trust and loyalty placed in us by our community and our students is well placed and earned. Because ethical decisions guide our actions, whenever we fall short of expectations, and this will happen sometimes when we try new things, we must have a willingness and the fortitude to remain transparent. Be willing to evaluate our course of action and discuss ideas that will help us meet shared performance measures. By doing so, in a responsible manner, we will keep our promises to our community. As you might imagine, from time to time, we will make decisions where there is no clear right or wrong answer. Sometimes our values will be in conflict. In those times, because ethical decisions guide our actions, we must strive to make the decision in ways that underpin our collective values, in ways that we believe that will provide the most significant measure of good for those we serve. In those times, if we keep our word, admit our mistakes, and remain willing to correct our errors, utilizing caring and open communication to solve our problems, we will prove to our partners that we have their best interests in mind, that we will always make choices that lead to the best outcomes for them and are keeping with the mission and vision of Shawnee Community College. Stephen Covey once said, "Your most important work is always ahead of you, never behind you." With our most important work ahead of us, we must continually analyze our operational methods to ensure we remain on course to meet our student and community needs. Change is inevitable, and therefore something we must learn to embrace to continue to grow. We must be willing to self-evaluate and be willing to do things differently. This reminds me of the do, done, get, got principle. You ever hear of that? Let me elaborate. When I was a senior in college, in May one year, I had paid my student tuition for the summer, and I had about $500 left to last me the entire summer through till August. As you might imagine, I was freaking out. And I was nervous, and I had a lot of anxiety about that. As I was talking to my faculty mentor at the college, his name was Mr. Bill Shoup, he saw the stress in me. And he reached out to me and he said, "I've got some work that you can do at the farm." And he employed me. He paid me better than what was, I probably deserved. But one day while I was baling hay and we were trying to get the hay up the loft, the hay bales kept falling off the conveyor. He said, "Son, you're doing the do, done, get, got principle. You need to learn about that." I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, he used to call me the big ugly. He said, "Big ugly, if you do what you've always done, you get what you've always got." And that's made an impression in me. I mean, it's basically the Peter principle, but it's made an impression in me my entire life. If we do what we've always done, we get what we've always got. I am convinced if we choose to embrace change in ways that best serve our students and meet our community's needs, by adjusting along the way, we are destined for success. If we make a commitment to each other to be open, evaluate our delivery methods, our hours of operation, our programs, and remain willing to continually review and adjust as necessary, we cannot fail. If we make the decision to contribute to the collective success of our institution and are willing to make an honest evaluation of our approach, adjusting as necessary, I am confident that working together, even in the most significant challenges, we will experience individual and organizational growth. Growth that will lead us to a unity of purpose that many within our organization are yearning for. With that unity, we will overcome any obstacle, including a shrinking population and increased budget constraints. We will be successful in meeting our students' needs for many years to come. I truly believe one day, in the not too distant future, we will become one of the Chronicle Education's best places to work. And I believe the Aspen Institute will recognize Shawnee Community College as one of the nation's top colleges. In closing, I'm excited to be part of Shawnee Community College's future. As we work together, I am confident that we will make great strides in the coming months and see significant improvements in our enrollment, and our impact on student and the community success will be widely celebrated. Thank you for listening, and come see me.